morning, this is the Dolls Rescue Channel. I had some dolls and I had some ideas. I took a pattern that I found on Pinterest, and it's just a fold over Barbie dress, and you cut it on the fold, and this becomes the front. It came with sleeves. I have not used the sleeves yet, but I'm going to. And then your back, and all you do when you cut this out, you have a few seams to sew, mostly just the side. This is a very easy pattern, great for beginners. If you have fray check or the fabric glue, you can make one of these in just a couple hours, and the only reason it would take you that long is because the glue drying. I did it a little different. I love, love, love holiday themed dresses. But what I did was I took the pattern and I made it wider so that I could turn it inside out. I put a little lace between the fabrics, and I made this a wraparound dress so that there's no snaps or Velcro or anything. It just wraps around the doll. I actually had some dresses that just wrapped around, but they had 3 sleeves. Oh, how I'd love to find that pattern again. But you can take your holiday print and put a different summer print on the back, and then you have the same dress without too much storage, and your doll is set up for the summer. This is my goth doll, Gothia, and you won't often see her in a cute little summer print. You're going to see her more in goth-like outfits. And she's the type that her mother thinks this is what she wore to school, but she stopped at a friend's house and switched her dress around to fit the personality that she wants everyone to see, the persona. She wants everyone to see. So we're turning her little dress around, and I use fabrics where I can use the same ribbon and tie off the dress. They just simply go on and tie and done. And this is how I made them. I made this little summer dress for my Blythe doll. It is a pattern that I have shown before that I got off Pinterest. And what you do is you take your fabric and fold it over. I should have had this laid different. I'll show you backwards. The reason I work on the print side is when I need to see what the print is on the front. Now what I do, showed you this before, I slide it out so that I'm not wasting fabric. You cut this on the fold. This will be your front. When you open it, it'll be the front of the dress, and then these will be your back. And all you do, your shoulder seam is already together, and you just sew from the armpit down. Very simple. If you're new to sewing, when you cut this out, simply fray check all around the whole thing. All you have to do is sew from the armpit down. You will have a dress. You can just tie it shut, or you can add a snap or closures in the back. What I did with this pattern is I cut it large. And I did that because I made it reversible. And the top at the neck is a little large, and at first I did not like it, but now I kind of do. With that lace up top, and I didn't add snaps. I wanted that to be able to move my back tighter or looser, whichever I wanted. But the neck at first was like really sloppy to me. And then I thought, you know what? It's kind of 17th century looking. And when you pull that and work it around, it kind of lays 17th century. Okay, so this is where I'm at. I have my flower print and my patriotic print all cut out. Can you see it on this better than this maybe? I'm going to take this lace, which is flat lace. You could also use gathered. That comes out very cute too. And what you do is you place this, when you sew, you're going to start at the bottom. You're going to put your lock stitch on there, or you're not, taking your machine forward 2 stitches, back 2 stitches, and then coming up. When you get to the armpit, you'll take this lace and you'll place it inside, this being where you seam, put the seam, like this. And you need to put this, start it just past your fabrics so that it's out like that. I don't come out that far. Let me see if I can put that back on here so you can see. Let me do it like this. Leave it out a little bit, or you won't be able to manipulate it as you slowly put your seam in around the armpit. Then you'll stop and cut this at the other side because you don't want it elsewhere. Then you will continue to sew, come down around your back, back up, stopping, doing the same thing at the neck with this lace going this direction, all the way around the neck, stop, cut, put your seam in, around here, back up all the way, and then of course put your lace in here, taking this all the way to the bottom. You will leave your front bottom open so that you can turn this inside out. Now a lot of people, and if you're one, that's fine, do not stitch the back side together. I do. The reason I do is when I'm pushing my fabric through, especially how narrow, because you have to remember seam allowance here, that's what you're going to be pushing through. So any extra oomph you can get with this sewn across to push is going to help. All right, when you've gone all the way around, what you want to do is trim all these corners. And what I mean by that is take the corner off, round it at each corner. But before that, whoops, forgot. Make sure you caught each seam well on the other side. Okay, I've got one side out. And what I do is I take my chopstick and I push that seam without shoving. I push that seam all the way over everywhere. In the corner, I'm very careful. I'm pulling down as I'm pushing, but I'm not yanking and I'm not shoving. If you shove and yank, you'll put a hole in your dress. Okay, I'm going to show you how I did that sleeve. It takes a lot of this if you do it this way. If you have really long, nice tweezers or other tools, you could do it that way. Mine do not work like that. So I'm putting my chopstick down in there and I'm working it up little at a time. And as I was trying to get a chunk so I could show you what I do when it chunks, and it's not going to. Let's see if I can get it. And then you just take your hand or your fingers and work that around, and then you pull it like that again until you get to the very end. But the hardest part is right here on that shoulder. And then what I'll do is I'll finger press this all, and then I'll show you what I do with the iron. Okay, I got it all turned in right. I ironed it, and then I tucked up my seam on each side for the bottom of the front of the dress. And I ironed that down, ran a stitch, and the next thing I'll do is turn this white to white, starting at the sleeve. I will sew that by hand in small stitches so that you can't see it on either side. I also took the same pattern and I cut it down for my midi Blythe, and I made this one for my Monster High doll. I think that's hilarious, a Monster High and a little 4th of July summer dress. It's just fun. We have the Dolls Gone Goth collaboration challenge coming up, and so we are doing a hidden giveaway in this video that you might enjoy for your dolls coming up July 16th, and that is a small doll or fashion doll, Blythe type, Monster High, any of those kind of dolls can use this stand. But we're also sending, since there's so many Monster High dolls that people thrift that do not have shoes, we're also going to add these 2 shoe sole sets or pairs in with the stand as a hidden giveaway. The hidden giveaways are for subscribers that leave a comment to the video and like our videos. Thank you for watching the Dolls Rescue channel. Please leave a like, a comment, and subscribe.